We live in an ever-growing, hostile world. Your data is being sold for pennies, tech companies are trying to make you feel bad for not upgrading your phone every year, and companies like Facebook are allegedly tracking when teen girls delete their selfies so they can send them makeup ads. That being said, there are some ways in which you can practice anarchist calisthenics to separate your experience from these companies. The following are just a few things you can do to break up with the ever-looming presence that controls your life. As previously mentioned, tech companies lean on manipulative language and social ridicule to guilt us into upgrading our phones. Why? GDP growth. The honest reason now people upgrade their phones is honestly pretty dull and solvable. Dead batteries, cracked screens, parts that can be replaced in an afternoon. So how do you upgrade without handing over the price of a used car to a trillion-dollar company? Start with the worst case scenario. Your phone falls into the ocean and you need a replacement immediately. You do what you're supposed to do. You go straight to Apple's website. Obviously you're nudged towards the latest model. You pick the cheapest option, choose your carrier, refuse payment plans because doing that would lock you into a 2-year contract defeating the purpose, and hit the checkout. Your total, a penny shy of $600. Fucking hell. So let's try that again. This time in the second-hand market. Pixels are solid devices. A Pixel 4 is cheap and still perfectly usable. To be safe, factor in a brand new battery. All in, not including shipping, the total is $84.43. That's a savings of $515.56. Real money. This is also where how you buy matters. Places like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist let you do something that feels almost anachronistic now. Meet a person, hand over cash, and leave with a device. No accounts, no payment protectors, no tidy transaction history being folded into an ad profile. Keep it local, pay in cash, and the whole exchange stays refreshingly small and forgettable, almost completely untraceable by design. Now, let's take a look back at that $515 you saved. Why not get a laptop? A ThinkPad T440p goes for about $189, rugged, unflashy, and built for actual work. This one even comes with an NVMe, so there's no need to buy a new SSD. That leaves you with $326.56, still untouched. Next comes software, something that matters on both devices. I suggest Surfshark VPN's 27-month plan, which costs $45.63 for more than 2 years of anonymized browsing. After that, you're left with $280.93. That final chunk of money is for what might be the most important item of all, a USB flash drive. Anyone will do. The why will be answered later. Finally, you've unboxed your new devices, done a little bit of maintenance, and everything seems to be in order. But something feels off. Windows 10 on a ThinkPad is fine, but the bloat is just so annoying, and in some cases is pegging your system. You've tried the debloating tools, they do fine, but the constant pinging of Microsoft servers after every update is rubbing you the wrong way. It's time for Linux. That's where that USB comes in. Download something like Rufus or Ventoy and go to pick up a distro. I recommend something like Ubuntu or Mint to start with. It's best to get the ropes now, and with Linux gradually rising in popularity, wouldn't it be cool to be ahead of the curve? Now, that Pixel phone from 2019. This little machine is a cesspool of telemetry, Google pings, and inbuilt bloat, so you already know what I'm going to suggest, a new OS. If privacy is your worry, you can't do much better than Graphene OS, and oddly enough, the privacy-based OS works best on Google phones. Graphene OS's whole philosophy is taking control of your device again, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Quarantining apps, disabling useless tracking, even sideloading better versions of apps is the name of the game when it comes to Graphene OS. So here we have it, 2 lockdown devices ready to stick the middle finger to Google and Apple. So why do you still have Chrome installed? Okay, clearly I didn't mention a few things. A lockdown OS paired with Google's full suite of services is like installing a reinforced door and then handing out keys to any random stranger that asks for it. You have hardened the operating system, but the moment you sign into Google services, you invite in software designed to observe and report. The result is a security theater. The OS does the job perfectly, while you quietly undo it in the name of familiarity. I'm going to quickfire some privacy things you're going to need on your new devices. Brave browser. Don't argue with me, it's the best for privacy. A few extensions and tricks you'll need. Privacy Badger, uBlock Origin, NoScript, HTTPS everywhere. And finally, switch your default search engine to DuckDuckGo. Did you know you don't own anything? Movies, shows, and books you've paid for can be taken away from you when the company's license runs out, or whenever they really decide. Your printer can stop working if they discover that the card that you used to buy it has been deactivated. Even the physical products you buy can be bricked right in front of your eyes. The solution is simple: buy physical media. I'm a pretty huge fan of the show House, and I now own almost every season on DVD. No more Googling where to watch House, and bouncing between a Canadian Netflix account for the first 3 seasons and an Irish Amazon account for the rest. I own it, it's mine. You see, the next section gets a little hairy, so I'm going to tread lightly in the hope that this doesn't get taken down. Let's say you wanted to download more distros. A good way to do that is on QBitTorrent, and maybe you'll find yourself in the Pirate Bay to find those distros. It's a great website. Another good program is Stremio, especially with these 2 add-ons, and please don't forget to use your VPN. May I suggest Panama, routed through Switzerland? To highlight just how absurd this all is, take a look at this graph hosted on the official Pokemon website. It lays out Pokemon's own guide on how to watch the entire series, and it requires, count them, 11 subscriptions. Completely unrelated. Has Stremio finished downloading yet? How much money do we have left again? Right, 280. How about we ditch Spotify too? Because you know, all of that funding a surveillance state and not paying artists thing. And look what I found. An Apple iPod Classic 5th generation for just $59.99. And wouldn't you know it, you can buy your favorite artists' albums on Bandcamp. Or, if they're artists you don't really want to support, maybe you can go sailing again. Also, might I suggest a more upgraded model of the iPod from Elite Obsolete's website? Be mindful though, they're a little bit more expensive. The burning of Alexandria is often attributed to Julius Caesar in 48 BC, during the Civil War, when his forces set fire to ships in the harbour, and flames spread to the library, causing significant destruction. But the truth is messier. The library suffered multiple blows over the centuries, with later episodes involving Christian and Muslim forces also contributing to the slow decline. Why am I mentioning this? Because you can build your own Library of Alexandria from the comfort of your own home. All it takes is a jailbroken Kindle. There's a video on how to do this here if you want to have a look. And one of my favorite websites, Project Gutenberg. Gone are the days when only nobles had access to the world's accumulation of knowledge. Now you can wield the sword of knowing from anywhere, though realistically it's hunched over your desk at 3 AM. Also, final side tangent, did you know you can download all of Wikipedia with Kiwix? There's one last message I want you to take from this whole ordeal of sticking it to Big Brother. Privacy is an ever-evolving entity and you have to stay vigilant almost constantly, but don't go insane doing it though. Go outside once in a while, take a walk without your phone, just listen to your iPod, and for God's sake stop buying useless shit. Unless it's ice cream. Always buy ice cream.
I think you would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would